Well, the Saints are 1-1 this preseason and trying to settle on a starting quarterback. Head coach Sean Payton is expected to name a starter sometime this week before the preseason finale on Saturday. Joining us to talk about last night's game and what we can expect moving forward is WWLTV.com sports writer and host of Saints Happy Hour podcast, Ralph Malbrough. Hey, Ralph.
Hey, Leslie, were you excited about last night? Saints looking good. Jameis Winston settled that quarterback competition in style.
Oh, that's what I was about to say. Okay, so he stepped up, separated himself last night. Let's talk about his numbers. 9 of 10 for 123 yards, 2 impressive touchdowns, right on the money there. Near perfection since he only played 16 snaps. So you think he solidified himself as the starter last night?
He wrapped it up like he was Mike Tyson.
I love it.
One punch and it was done. Hey, and it was great. But we had Jameis looking like a franchise quarterback, Marcus Callaway looking like a franchise receiver. We got our fears of quarterback and receiver all calmed down in 15 minutes. The only thing that I didn't like, Sean Payton in the visor. I like Sean Payton in the visor. He was wearing a hat last night. I felt like it's like when my wife comes home with a new hairstyle. I don't know how I feel about it. I had the visor for 15 years, Leslie. The hat, I'm not feeling it.
You know, Breeze is gone. He's starting something. He's starting a new fashion trend. Starting over fresh this year. I don't like the visor, so I like the hat.
I gotta get used to it. But if he's gonna wear a hat, I think he needs to go more ridiculous each week. Like add some sparkles. Oh. You know, maybe like a floppy Saints hat, maybe like a big safari Saints hat. He should go bigger and badder and more
depending on
ridiculous
the safari
each
one,
week.
depending on the mascot of who we're playing each week.
That's right.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, so you mentioned Marquez Callaway. He did look amazing last night, but can he hold things down at receiver until Michael Thomas returns? Or you said your concerns were settled. I don't know. I think opponents are just going to be able to key in on him. We need some depth there.
Well, they Kamara will play, right? He'll be fine, and then they'll have Deontay Harris back. He may or may not get suspended. Here's the thing with Marquez Callaway. I just want to say this: it's official. Because he's from the University of Tennessee. Sean Payton does more with the University of Tennessee players like Alvin Kamara and Marquez Callaway than the University of Tennessee ever dreamed. Leslie, this might be hyperbolic, but I think it's the greatest preseason performance I've ever seen in Saints history.
Wow.
Both of those catches were highlight reel memories. It was amazing. And as a Saints fan, I needed to see competent receivers because their receivers have struggled during training camp. Although, props to Little Jordan, he bounced back from a bad week of practice. He looked good as well. I'm feeling good about receiver.
Okay. And you know what? Jameis was really putting them in there in between defenders, too. It looked amazing. Let's move on, though, to the defense. They didn't let the number one overall pick, Jags quarterback Trevor Lawrence, do much early on. What did you think?
I thought the defense, it looks really good. And here's something to really keep in mind. We've been worried about their run defense because they lost a lot of defensive tackle.
I'm worried about secondary.
Sheldon Rankins left. They held Jacksonville to 20 carries for 45 yards. I know it's the preseason, but this defense looks fast. It looks good. They might have the best group of linebackers they've had in a generation, Leslie. Okay. So I'm excited about that. They look faster. They look as good as they did last year. And listen, if the Saints are going to dominate on the defensive line and the offensive line, we're going to see them playing meaningful football after Thanksgiving. And I think when you're getting a new quarterback, when you're replacing a Hall of Fame quarterback, that's about all you can ask for.
And it's nice to replace him with somebody who was a starter in the league for a handful of years. I mean, that's amazing. We only have about 20 seconds. What were any negatives you saw last night besides Peyton changing his hat?
They had so many injuries at tight end, Leslie. For a minute there, I was worried that Mickey Loomis was going to ask Urban Meyer for Tim Tebow's phone number after the game. They still need a kicker, but we're not talking negative today. I am drinking Saints optimism and getting happy all day.
Okay.
17-0. If you can't dream big in August, why you dream at all? Saints look amazing. Enjoy it.
All right, Ralph, thank you very much. I want Tebow as a fullback. All right, we're going to talk to you coming up after the Saints' next and final preseason game, which I'm going to tell people about right now. That's Saturday back at the Superdome. They're going to face the Arizona Cardinals. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff. And remember, you can keep up with the Saints with our free Bless You Boys app. You can find it in your phone's app store now.